Hey guys, how are you? It's Isaac, founder of uFlyp, and I wanted to welcome you to the uFlyp app. I'm so excited that you joined the app because I know that this app is extremely powerful because it's helped me, my family, and our retail arbitrage business in so many different ways. So I hope that a lot of the features that we're building into the app will help you as well. Now, this video is really meant to be kind of like an overview of what the app can do. And in the future, I plan on creating more in-depth videos about every single feature. So keep an eye out for that. But without further ado, let's jump right in and take a look at the app and what it can do. And if you have any questions along the way, if you get stuck on anything, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you in there. All right, here we are within the uFlip app. And one of the first things you're going to notice when you start scanning products is that the uFlip app is not like a lot of apps you may have used in the past. We actually pull in data from many different sources, not just the Amazon database. And what this allows us to do is analyze products in a lot more detail. It allows us to do things like pull in larger product images. It allows us to see if a particular seller is backordered on a listing. It allows us to pull in the stock quantities for all the sellers on a listing for you to make a more informed buying decision, and a lot more things. And we've taken the data that we're pulling in, and we're basically allowing members of the app to analyze that data to make better informed decisions programmatically. So what that means is that when you scan a product in, what it will do is it will go into your intelligence settings, check those intelligence settings or rules to make sure that the product that you're scanning passes those intelligence rules. And if it does, it'll mark that product as an ideal buy. Now, if it doesn't pass those intelligence rules, you'll still be able to look at the product and review it and things like that, just like you would on other apps, but it'll flag it for you. So if it doesn't flag it as an ideal buy, you'll know that you'll know that it's not something that has passed all your intelligence rules. So let's dive right into it, because the first thing that I would recommend that all new members do before they start scanning stuff, I know that's really tempting to do, but the first thing that I would recommend you guys do is click on these three horizontal lines here in the upper right hand side, and then go to intelligence. And then within the intelligence, you'll notice that there are maybe 6 or 7 different intelligence options in here. And again, this video is really only meant to be kind of an overview of the app. But in the future, I'm going to be creating some detailed in-depth tutorials on each one of these. But for right now, just know that there are 7 different intelligence options for you to go through. Ideally before you start scanning products, but it doesn't have to be. But again, if you want the items that you're scanning to go through that intelligence process to vet products for you, then you'll want to go in here and spend a little bit of time putting in some information. For instance, let's just go into the first one here. It's called rank threshold. And what rank threshold allows you to do is to set the max rank that you're comfortable sourcing for a particular category. So for instance, I'm going to click on add. I'm going to select, let's say baby products, and I'm going to say 150,000 rank, and I'm going to click add. Now you'll notice that adds it to the list here. And if you were to now scan a product in the baby category that is 200,000 rank or 300,000 rank, something that's really high where you're not comfortable buying, the app won't mark that product that you're scanning as a ideal buy. So you get the idea. You go in here, you add more categories with the max rank, and again, the app will do that vetting for you. So you don't have to spend time in store doing that. The next one, for instance, is category restrictions. If you know you're restricted in a particular category, let's say appliances, you can click add there, and it adds it to the list. The next one is really powerful. It's called avoid seller list. And what this does is when you scan a product, it's going to check to see if Amazon is part of the seller list. If it is, and you have this enabled, it's not going to mark it as an ideal buy, because what it's saying here is that you don't want to compete with Amazon on a particular listing. Now, you'll notice that there are 2 toggles here, and the second one says disregard if Amazon gives the buy box. Now, this is really cool because the app will evaluate a particular listing to see if Amazon is on the listing and whether or not they're giving the buy box to third-party sellers. And if they are giving the buy box to third-party sellers, then still mark it as an ideal buy, because hey, it doesn't matter if Amazon's on the listing, they're giving the buy box to somebody else, right? So if you have both of those enabled, that's what that's going to do. It's going to check to see if Amazon's on the listing, and then it's going to disregard if they're giving somebody else the buy box. Now, if you want to avoid other sellers, you can do that as well. So let's say you wanted to avoid any listing where, I don't know, Under Armour, let's just say, is on the listing. What you do is you tap on add here in the upper right hand corner. You'd put in Under Armour here, and then you'd put in their seller ID. Now in another video, I'm going to show you guys how to obtain that seller ID. You can do it through a web browser, through the Amazon.com website. But you just put in the seller ID here, click add, and then when you do that and you scan a product with Under Armour in it, it wouldn't mark it as an ideal buy. Again, another really cool thing to go in here and add sellers that you want to avoid. So that's pretty cool. And again, we have product star ratings, we have minimum net profit, we have avoid brand list, and we have avoid ASIN list. We have a lot of features in here, and we're adding more as time goes on to again to let the app do the heavy lifting for you, so that when you're evaluating a product, you're not spending 5, 10, 15 minutes evaluating a product to make sure it passes those rules. That I know a lot of sellers, because I used to do this, would go through it in store and spend time on it. So it's a pretty cool feature. Intelligence has saved us a lot of time when we're sourcing products. So let me go back to the homepage here and start covering off some of the scanning options. All right, so here we have the 3 different scanning options that you'll have available to you when you go to the home screen here. And the 3 options are continuous scan, 1x1 scan, and rapid scan. And I'm going to start off by going over 1x1 scan, because that is kind of like what most traditional apps do, is they scan one product at a time, and you evaluate a product, and you go and you scan the second product, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna tap on 1x1 here, and when I do, it's gonna pull up this page here. That's gonna allow you to either type in the UPC or the ASIN, or tap on that button to scan the product using your camera's phone. Now, the first time you do this, the app likely will ask you to give permissions to your camera. It's just something that is required in order to scan a product with your phone. So if that pops up for you, just click OK, and you'll be able to kind of follow along with what I'm doing here. So, all right, I'm going to tap in that scan using phone button, and here it is. So I'm going to click OK, and you'll notice that I have one product here, and the camera automatically caught that barcode, and it's going to go and retrieve the product information and pull it up. And the first thing you'll notice is that it takes you to a really clean product detail page, where you can zip through the images that are on the listing very, very easily. And you'll notice that this particular product actually passed our intelligence rules. I think I only set 1 or 2, but you'll notice that over here it says ideal buy. So it did pass the intelligence options. The product detail page gives you a wealth of information, and I would encourage you to spend some time in here and go through all that information. One of the cool things is that it gives you more information than a lot of apps out there give you, like the number of reviews, the count of reviews. So this one here has almost 5 stars. It tells you what category it's in, the title, the brand, things like that. It gives you the rank information, the 90-day rank. That's that rank information there in the middle. The number of sellers, and it also gives you the price that the sellers have it available for, and the name of the seller. So that's pretty cool there. And you can actually tap on the individual different prices, and the FBA net profit, if you have it set to FBA, will update instantly. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to set it back to that first option there. The listing that has, or the seller that has the buy box, is the one that has that little star right there next to the price. You'll notice that next to the price, also there's a number there. If it isn't back ordered, and if the listing isn't from Amazon, and what that number represents is the inventory stock quantity that particular seller has for that product. So that's huge, because you'll notice that this product here is being offered by that first seller, but you'll notice that it doesn't require that many units to be sold for it to get up to $29.99. So you can make some really cool buying decisions based on the stock quantity there. You can hide or view different columns here, like the used information. Usually I have that turned off because I don't sell used, but if you do, you can enable that. And it also lists the 90-day Keepa chart right there within the app, so you don't need to go visit Keepa if you don't want to. It's listed, the graph is listed right there. But if you did, you can tap on that particular chart, and it would take you to Keepa, where you can take a look at the Keepa information right there on the web page, right there within the app. Keep in mind that you do still need a subscription to Keepa to get some paid information like rank history information and things like that. But what you can do is you can log into Keepa using your phone's browser, and then once you do that, you'll be able to access all that information here within the uFlyp app. And it also lists the ASIN down there at the bottom. So that is 1x1, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to, and by the way, you can access the 3 scanning modes here on the left-hand side as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on continuous, the continuous scan here, and show you an example of what continuous scan is. So what continuous scan is, and I'm going to tap on it right here, is it's going to allow you to scan a product like this first one here. It's going to pull up a button here on the top side of the screen. It's going to list that UPC for that product we just scanned and the net profit. And it's going to allow you to say, okay, it turned green, so it did pass all of my intelligence rules. Now, if it turned red, it would indicate to you that it didn't pass all the intelligence rules. So that's cool. So if I were to scan this in store, I would say, okay, this is kind of cool. It passed all my intelligence rules. It passed, all the ones that we've set. And I can profit $17.23. So if I can purchase this product for like $10, I would profit about $7 on this particular product. Now, the cool thing about continuous scan is that you don't need to tap on it. You can actually go directly to the next product here, and you can scan it and see if that one passes all the intelligence parameters and what the net profit for that particular product would be. Now, I scanned that second product. I noticed that this one here profits $17.66. So I can tap into that one and look at all the details like we just went over for the one-by-one scan. So that is continuous scan. Now, rapid scan takes things to an even greater level because what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to scan many barcodes, many products, and then at the end, after you're done reviewing, after you're done scanning in all those products, it's going to take you to a page where you can review all those scans to see which products you scanned past the intelligence rules that you've set. So let's do that. So I'm going to tap here. I'm going to tap on rapid scan, and then I'm going to go and scan that first product that we looked at here. Scan that one. And then I'm going to scan the second product here, scan that one. And then I'm going to scan the third product here. And as I was scanning, my phone was vibrating. So I knew that I was capturing those barcodes. And if within your settings you have enabled sound, you'd hear a little beeping sound to give you another indicator that that particular product was properly captured, or the barcode was properly captured. So you'll notice that after I scan the first product, a review scans button shows up. And what we could do is we'll tap on that review scans button, and it will pull up the 3 products that we scanned. And across the top, it says that we're reviewing all of the products, all the products that we scanned. And in this case, it was 3 products. Or we can tap on Ideal Buy Only, and it would filter out any product that did not meet the intelligence criteria that you've set, or the intelligence rules. In this particular case, all 3 of them met it because we don't have a lot of intelligence rules set in there. But if you did, for instance, let's say that your rank for this particular product was 10,000 or something like that, your max rank, it would list, I probably wouldn't have any of these 3 listed here under Ideal Buy. So the cool thing about rapid scan is that you can go through a rack of clothing fairly fast, scan all the barcodes, and then see which ones of those passed your intelligence rules, so you don't spend time evaluating products that didn't meet those minimum criteria that you've set within the intelligence page. So just like the other ones, you can tap on the particular listing here, and it'll pull up those details, just like it did with the other scanning modes. So that's all pretty cool. So those are the 3 different scanning options that you have available. I just touched a little bit about the product detail page. Again, in future videos, I'm going to create more in-depth tutorials, but hopefully you got an idea of what the app can do. And hopefully it helps you to evaluate products faster. It allows you to scan products quicker, and it allows you to make really informed decisions on the products that you're scanning, so that you can purchase products that will be great for your business. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I answer all questions that come through for all members, and I'd be happy to answer any question that you have in regards to the app. All right, thank you very much, guys.